Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my fucking mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase it? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
What is going on, everybody? Where the hell did my music go to add playing?
Turn that off because that's too loud.
Welcome to the Late Show, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to jump out of Walt Street. I was going to get food. Shit took me 45 minutes to get the food, came back, and then there was an issue upstairs, so I had to jump out of the stream. Sorry about that. Seems like whenever I'm showing my face on YouTube, something pops up. So let's bring up the chat here. What's good? What's going on, Red? Paul, Blues and G Music. What's going on, my friend? Lakayla, John, Mr. Paul Silence. Good to see you here.
What's up, Paul?
Mr. Willcutt. Yeah, Dave, you were good last night, man. There was a other issue. You didn't say anything good. You didn't say anything wrong. You're all right. Let's see. Gregory Thibodeau. Sorry for mispronouncing that. What's going on? So yeah, it's the Late Show. Bass kind of convinced me. He's like, yo, ain't nobody else doing nothing, man. Let's do it. I'm like, it took me an hour of thinking about it to actually to do it, but here we are. And we're going to sit here and bullshit with you guys. So he wanted to get back into, what was it, the water cars? The water-powered cars?
Absolutely. How everyone who came out with and put into patent a water vehicle has been taken out.
Yeah, and that's everybody. So,
Yeah,
like I said last night, if I was able to develop that technology, I wouldn't tell a damn soul. Nobody would ever know about that except like a couple of family members.
dude, I go to the gas station, give me a couple of gallons of water, and I'll be in California in like 2 days. Like, where the hell Bass go? Oh, shit, man. I don't know, man. I haven't heard from him. Gone. And how many people is playing that Mega Millions? 480 million. It might be 5 now. Man. Pretty sure that shit plays tomorrow.
No, I did not. No, I did not, Paul.
Yeah, got me a ticket.
Oh, Red, you working a lockdown unit tonight?
That should be interesting.
Was the effect should be wearing off? The full moon was like the other day. Yeah, you should be alright. So,
Yo,
let me
Paul,
matter of fact,
I'm wide awake, man. I'm not falling asleep. I see you. I see you. Every time you come in, you guys are starting shit. I like it though.
All right. So you know what? I'm gonna. No, fuck it. I think all they saw all that shit already. You know what? So, being that it's the late show, everybody, here we go. We're gonna copy this.
Oh, dude, this too. Man, Dave, I wish my fishing trip is coming up next Saturday.
Oh, yes. Everybody. So a little while ago, when Bass was trying to convince me to do a stream, I was like, my phone had died, and I was standing out on the front porch smoking a cigarette, and I looked up. And you won't believe it, but I saw someone. Yep, go ahead.
Paul, that's because it got canceled to bad weather. Now I'm not gonna be out in the deep ocean with 15-foot waves, bro. That is not happening. Trust me, I love fishing, but that's not happening.
Yeah, I'm standing out. It's a little like an hour ago. I'm standing out on the front porch smoking a cigarette, and again, I look up, and when I look up, there's two lights dancing around each other, and then like a second after I look at them, one darts off, and the other one stays there. I run inside to get my wife's phone because mine was dead, and it was there for a couple more. It was there for like another. The one was there for another minute, and then it like gone. What's up, Miss Sue? How you doing? But yeah, like I said, you know, if you ever just get an urge to look up. Shit, like you never know what you might see. You might see might see the Mothman. You might see gargoyle. You might see a UFO. Shit, you might see
Tell you the truth,
an incoming meteor.
I haven't been looking up recently.
They're not watching. They're not watching me anymore. I don't think they are.
Watching who?
Well, Gregory said they're watching me. I don't. Well,
yeah, they are. That's all right.
Well, you know,
Truth is still actually a little freaked out by what Roth disclosed to him.
I'm not so much freaked out. More inquisitive. More like I want to know.
You came by that next day, and I started running stuff by you. What we were talking about after chat. You had this blank look on your face. I wish I would have pulled out my phone and took a picture.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I just
trust me. I'm gonna try to get Burger to talk next week.
Oh, really?
I have my GoPro on me. He's not gonna know it's recording. I'm gonna have it tucked in like a hoodie or
Oh,
something. I don't know. I'm gonna tuck that bitch somewhere. I'm gonna get
e-
his ass on camera.
even if you don't get his face on camera, because then you'll really piss him off. But does your GoPro I've never messed with a GoPro. Does it have good audio?
Yeah, as long as you don't put it in one of those cases. But my shit is waterproof, so it's just gotta
So
go in the
no. So what you
mount.
do? So what you do, right? Where are you going again?
Gotta be in City Island by 6:30. We have the whole boat for the
Shit.
day, which is from like 7:30 to like 4 or 5 in the
How,
afternoon or something like that.
how messed up is this, ladies and gentlemen? We're sitting here scheming on how to get information out of my cousin.
I'm gonna get him. Because
So
at
all
the end
right,
of summer, he wants me to go camping with him. I'm like, all right, if I can't get him to talk during the fishing trip, I'm gonna get him during the camping.
all right. So wear a you know that UPS fleece I gave you, that like zip up.
Yeah, man. Listen, I
No,
was
no,
out
no,
fishing the
no.
other day, Sunday. Man, that shit did nothing. I was freezing. The water temperature. See, that
I
was
would
my fault though, because
I wouldn't know. I was on a double Sunday, so.
dude,
But like,
the
well, no,
water
no. Hear me
temperature
out.
was about 78 degrees. What I messed up was it was 47 degrees outside. So I dipped my hand in the water and I pulled it out and I saw like
No,
gas and stuff like that.
Paul.
It felt like I was fishing in November.
No, Paul. The flat earther is the friend of ours.
Yeah.
Our cousin's the one who had the UFO
Well,
experience with
what a
us.
flat earther. He had a UFO experience too.
He had multiple experiences with us. He was there a few times. But hear me out on how to record burger. Wear a jacket or something, right? That's got a pocket, and you stick it in the pocket, but don't zip it. Have like the microphone edge like hanging out, like just at the
It's got to
edge.
be on a strap. They catch something like that. It's got to be on the chest mount or the head mount.
Does it have a does it have like a light on it that indicates it's on?
Uh, I'll tell you this.
Because if it does, just put a piece of tape over it, and that might make it pretty easy. But then again, you're gonna be sitting there with a camera on. You're gonna be sitting there with a camera on you. He's not gonna talk.
I'll tell you. Nah, well. It's all right. The front facing, it shows like your like the time and date and stuff like that and how long you've been recording, but it doesn't show
Right.
anything else. So
Yo,
I
Red,
could possibly put a piece of duct tape over that
Red just
because as
said,
long as I know that, because the red light is in the back, you're not gonna if it's up to my chest, you're not gonna see if I'm recording unless I tape over that front screen.
no, but that is, this is Burger we're talking about. He's gonna know something if you got tape over the damn screen.
No, because he knows that I put tape over everything. So
So, but Red just put in chat, uh, dolls be moving in people's rooms there. She says she watched it on the monitor. Hey, you're still shit. I would have found a new job, man. Um, speaking of hearing weird shit at a job, I worked at the second job that I have is a direct support professional for like elderly, disabled, mentally challenged individuals, right? So I've worked at a few different agencies since I'm 38 now, since my 20s. I usually average like maybe like 2 or 3 years there. Then I just like I can't do this shit anymore. It's taxing.
get burned out.
But yeah, but I worked at this one house and they had just opened the shit. Right, it had been open for like a month, and I'm sitting there. I was on a 3 to 11, and everybody was asleep by like 7:30, and I'm sitting in the office. No matter, it wasn't the evening. It was an overnight, and I'm sitting in the office just doing nothing. And right above the desk, there was like a vent for like the AC and shit. And I shit you not, something banged on that vent, like, and I was like, what the hell was that? And I looked up and I didn't see anything, and I swear it sounded like somebody was in that wall banging in that vent. And I shot up out of that desk, I locked the door, and I went in the living room. I didn't go back in the office till the morning. So yeah, I've worked in some.
See, I've worked in
I've
that
got a
field for a while, but
Damn,
I don't think
we've had a lot of experiences thinking back of that shit. Wow.
You know what now?
Are we magnets? Are we magnets for that shit?
Wait, hold on. How do I think about it? When I worked at the one agency that I was at,
Okay. I'm not gonna say the name.
I there was occasions where there was like the families would come and take the clients home. I hate to say it like that, and nobody's in the room or anything, but the TV would cut on.
What's up, Jean G?
And like this was back in like 2003, like way before I got heavy into paranormal and UFOs and crypto and everything. And I always thought it was strange that like they wouldn't be there
Because
but their TV
2003,
would
2003
turn
was
on.
the 2003 was the sparking point for us, because that's when that shit happened.
I was working at that job at that time because that's when I had that
Because it was in like November of 03. Yeah,
that
'cause you would-
pristine POS Acura Integra.
oh hell yeah, the little 88 Integra.
No,
'Cause
that
it
was
had-
an 89. Get it right.
Oh, excuse me,
89 with the footlights.
fucking beater. That shit was fast though.
Good engine.
It was fast. Bass would used to get pissed off because when he'd be at work, I'd take that car and I would like blast down like a straightaway, and then come back and he'd be pissed off. What happened to all the gas in my car? I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude,
Dad
this was
drove it.
when
Dad took
gas was $1.19.
it. Yeah, that's how
burn
much.
you burn up a quarter tank of gas when it's $1.19. Of course, I'm gonna notice it. But dude, are you shitting me? $10
Yep.
will have you riding all week.
Yep, that's how. Because Bass and I got our licenses when we were 18. Because I just waited. Bass actually failed his first driving test.
That horse shit. That's because a fucking dump truck tried to beat the light, and that was my fault.
Hey, listen, you should
And I
have
had to
been paying
drive
attention.
2 hours upstate in 95-degree weather to take my road test. That basically what I had to do down here, they didn't do up there.
Oh, well, like the
Fucking kidding me.
K-turns and
Yeah.
all that other shit.
Dude, all I had to do was parallel park. That was it. And make sure my hands was at 10 and 2.
$3.19 a liter. Damn, it's for where we live in New York. It varies. It goes from
Depending on your
472.
gas station.
Yeah, it's from like 472 to like 478, depending on where you're going, and that's
Oh,
for
man. I
that's
went
for
to the
regular gas.
Nah, I went to the Cocaine Sicko earlier. It was like 467.
Oh, that's what they call the Crackhead Mobile now.
Yeah, they upgraded their pumps, so now they're the Cocaine Sicko.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
That's what I call it.
I wonder if they know about all these names they've had over the years for their store.
Dude, I told you. Dude, oh man.
That's funny
Hold
as
on.
shit.
I'm gonna put
That's funny as shit.
I'm gonna put it on mute for a second because I'm gonna reach over my shoulder and I'm probably gonna make some noise.
Yeah.
But I got the monosyllable.
Yeah, Paul.
I got
That's
two of them looking right
yes.
at me.
Yes, Paul. That is per gallon here. $4.70 something, 70 some odd cents.
Anywhere you go, it's up between, like, if we go to one gas station, it's like 467. If we go to another gas station, it's 470 something.
Every
It
time
depends on where you go.
lately, every time I see somebody hit that premium button, I just think to myself, you brought your lube with you, did you? Because you're taking it in the ass, buddy.
Oh man, diesel was outrageous around here.
Oh, yeah, it is.
This was like 2 months ago. There's one guy, he comes in all the time. He runs a diesel Dodge Ram 1500. He got the smokestacks in the back and all that shit. You know how much it cost him to fill up his truck running diesel?
No. How much?
It's your light bill. $220, $250 a week.
And that,
A week.
what kind of truck is he's driving a tractor trailer?
Nah, man,
Or,
dude.
no,
Th-
just
this
like a
is
dually?
his commercial truck that he uses for work. Runs on diesel, Dodge Ram. It's either I gotta look at it again. It might be a 2500, but that bitch runs on diesel, and it costs him $2 plus a week to fill it up.
Damn, Paul, that's a lot of money. What kind of car do you drive?
Paul drives a fucking Alpha.
Oh, good man, good man. What kind of Alpha though, buddy? You know, I mean, they all.
I was
It
making
can
a
look.
joke about the Alpha, but
Oh, well, no. Answer the question, Paul. Okay, gas prices by country. Some countries pay a lot. Some pay very. Yeah, it's true. A Nissan Qashqai. Oh, is that Nissan Kumquat thing that fucking Clarkson talked about years ago? I think it is. Okay, I got you. BMW 320 is your own car. Very nice, very nice.
well, hold on. In the United States, BMX is a pedal
Bike. Yeah, I think
pedal bike.
I think it was just a typo.
Yeah, okay. Let's say, man, you using a pedal bike to get to work every day. Hey, shit, save money, bro. If it's that close, do it.
I would walk to work if I could.
I wouldn't. No, not on a 17B.
No, not. I said if I could.
Oh,
My job is way too. Both of my jobs are way too far away from my house to do that shit.
Dude, did you see what happened earlier on fucking 42? I'm sorry for cursing, but
The airplane
plane
crash. Right? I didn't see.
Okay. Dude. All
I
right,
read down.
So it went down like this. We get a call like around 12. Well, yeah, like around 11:30, 12 o'clock for like 2 Caesar salads or whatever, right? And I look at the number and it says Sullivan County. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the sheriff's office. Dude, they didn't come pick up till after 3 o'clock because they were sent out to the plane crash on 42, and someone, I don't mean to say it like this, but I'm gonna say it. Someone kicked a bucket out there towards White Lake. I don't know the incident, but
So they were spray pretty
up
fed.
and down 17B all day.
So 17B and 42.
So, yep. Like you go past 42.
Now it was a small, for anybody wondering, it was a small plane.
It wasn't no jetliner or nothing like that. It was like one of those
small
personal planes with like 2 or
like
3
a-
passengers.
Yeah, like a Cessna or something like that.
And trust me, I watched that show, Airplane Repo. That was a $200,000 plane.
See, and I was gonna go to PA earlier for something, but I decided not to.
This
and
happened between 12:30 and 1 o'clock.
That's when I would have been on my way back. And I'm glad I didn't.
They
go
were
to PA.
rerouting everybody.
Yeah,
Because-
yeah,
Like they couldn't clear the scene because they were waiting for the FAA to show up to do their investigation. Which, if the FAA was showing up, it was coming out of the area where we work, or it would have been coming out of Stewart. So, depending on which area, the FAA from our area would have been closer. But if you're coming from Stewart, that's 40 minutes just to get to our area.
Yep.
Then you got to go through all the summer visitor traffic.
That's the polite way of saying it.
Oh, dude, did you see the shit about the about the I was gonna say about the old city guy freaking approaching people over by the high school, young age girls, offering them money.
Get the fuck out of here.
I shit you not. Shit you not.
When did this happen?
Well, technically it's Saturday, but Thursday afternoon.
Huh. You know, I find I saw Dawson walking out of the station earlier with a fully automatic rifle.
Oh, I know nothing about that.
And I tell you what, that shit looked small in his hands, dude.
Dude, he's fucking like 6'7".
Like we have a cop on our force around here. He used to play. We know him. We're good friends with him. He used to play high school basketball. He's a couple of years older than us. But this dude, he's like 6'7", 6'8".
Wears a size 18 shoe.
And he can't drive around because our police department, they have Dodge Chargers and like a couple of I think they're Impalas, but he can't fit in any of them shit, so he has to drive around in either the pickup truck or one of the three SUVs they have.
The new Durangos.
Yeah, but he's walking. I saw him walking out the station, and this damn rifle looked like it looked like a damn toy gun when he had it in his hands.
I respect the man wholeheartedly. He's about 6'8", maybe 220 pounds, maybe.
Yep.
Tall dude, skinny dude, but good dude.
Yeah. But I was like, what the hell? And it made me wonder. I was like, yo, where the hell is he walking with that thing to? Where the hell is he going with that? And you know me, earlier this morning I stopped by like on the preload for, like, I'm a supervisor, like you guys know I'm a supervisor at UPS. So this morning these guys have been busting their ass all week because we going in there at like 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, loading like all these trucks and shit, being there till like 10 o'clock, and it's hot and shit. So earlier I was like, yo, I'm gonna go grab these guys some donuts. So I went and picked them up some donuts and shit. And two troopers are in the gas station that I stop at. So of course, I walk up to him. I'm like, yo, I got a YouTube channel. I talk to people about weird shit. Have you seen anything weird? He's like, yeah, I've seen weird stuff. I was like, nah, not that kind of weird. I'm talking about like paranormal weird. And the one cop, the one's trooper, both of them were graduated the same year. They were 3 years on the force. He's like, honestly, if I walked up to a call and something crazy like that was going on, I'd leave. That's what he said. It's like, at least you're being honest, man. Like I told you about that sheriff I talked to that had he rode up to a house and he said some lady had worked a root or some shit on this dude, and you could feel the evil off of her and off of that house that he walked to.
Look, I'm tough, dude. I so want to ask. Dude, I'm so cool with this DEC officer. Like, I want to ask him, like, yo, you ever been called out to a black cow or a black dog or anything like that? But I don't want to alienate.
Don't do it, because I told you, I asked our uncle about that. He said, LOL, yeah. And then that was the end of the conversation.
Yeah, I'm like,
and that was last year. That was last year sometime.
Yeah, I don't want to ask him about it because he goes out in the deep woods, man.
Oh, he's one of those dudes.
Like tracking people and shit like that. Good dude, man. Good dude. Anytime I remember one time I was fishing my favorite hunting hole, and he pulled up on me. And there was another guy fishing next to me. Well, not next to me, but he was probably like maybe 50 yards away or whatever. He pulled up, he was like, oh, hey, what's going on? I'm like, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to pull out my fishing license. He's like, bro, I know you're good. What about that guy? I'm like, oh, touche.
See, it's always good to become cool with like the park rangers and the DEC
Dude,
officers and shit like
I
that.
be buying him lunch. Shay, he comes in. I'm like, yo, saw me today, man. Don't even worry. Like, really? I'm like, dude, don't worry about it, bro. Like, you're getting a couple of slices of cheese pizza. How much is that gonna cost me?
All right, Red, take it easy. If you catch anything, let us know. That shit working in a fucking haunted lockdown unit.
I, there was 2 incidents that happened. Well, I don't want to call them incidents, but it was more along the lines of questioning, where it, it wasn't the guy that I know. It was like this dude. He looked like Greenhorn, fresh out the academy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my boss. I'm like, yo, you think you guys seen Bigfoot or anything like that? He was like, I don't give. My boss was like, yo, I don't give a shit. I'll ask him. So he messed around and asked me. He's like, yo, you guys ever get any reports of like Bigfoot or anything like that? And the young guy, dude, he wanted to say something. And he was maybe a year or two in there, but his superior who looks like he's been on in there for 20 years, looked at him like, you better not say shit.
Like, you shut your damn mouth right now.
Like, I seen the look. Like, you know how our counter is set up? I was by the sink right there, and they were at that back table, right where it turns, and like you go to the bathroom, that back table right there in the corner. And I was looking at him, I was like, yo, he wanted to say something.
No, what I found funny, I was going through like Facebook memories. Like you know how you can look at shit you shared and post you shared. Guess what I came across that I shared like 2 or 3 years ago. Staircase in the woods. People are finding random staircases in the woods, and they believe it. Yeah, fucking 3 years before, 2 years before I start talking about the shit.
And then we had a state forest ranger. He came in one time and he was just like chilling, eating a couple slices or whatever. So we asked him about Bigfoot. He was like, honestly, you can't deny the dermal ridges that some of these people are catching in some of these prints.
Yeah, you can't fake that.
And he's one of the guys that he patrols from here to the New Jersey PA border, like that area.
Okay.
And for him to say something like that, I was taken back a little bit. I'm like, dude. But he did say, before he said anything, this is off the record. So
you can say this is off the record all you want. It's always going to be on record.
absolutely.
It's a paper trail somewhere.
Dude, I really want to ask the guy that I know, has he ever seen or been out to something strange, but I don't want to alienate that relationship, because like, what if I'm out fishing a tournament or whatever? He's one of the guys that pulls up on me. He's like, oh, nah, he's good. But
Hey, listen, it doesn't hurt to ask a question.
no, but it can stop the conversation.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But hey, fuck it, it's worth a shot, man. He might talk. Just tell him to go underneath the alias. Like,
Oh, I didn't say anything about trying to get him about the show. I just wanted to talk to me about the shit.
I see me, I'd be pressing him like, yeah, you need to come on the show.
Nah. Yeah, I would love it. I would love to pick his brain about, because I'm telling you, dude, every 6 months, like, this is how much he's in the woods, like tracking trails and shit like that. He's running the K9 unit. He buys a new pair of boots every 3 months.
Damn, that's how much he wears them out.
Yeah, right around the corner from the house where I'm at right now. Like that's where like most of the emergency guys and like cops buy their.
Yeah, you muted yourself. Or you either knocked the wire out.
Yeah,
I got you now.
But right around the corner, you know where the soft serve place is. Right next to that, they have like the store where like the emergency people, like the medics and cops and stuff like that, they come get the uniforms and boots like that. He's there every 3 months buying a new pair of boots. He showed me a picture of one of the. He was in the woods so much, dude. The bottom, within 3 months, the bottom came off these boots. These are not cheap fucking boots.
Nah, them shits are like $200-$300 a pair.
Yeah, they are not cheap boots.
What the fuck? I need to clean my glasses. I'm getting like weird glares.
Like like he runs a canine unit, and like I kind of stay away from his truck because every once in a while I do smell like herb.
You smell like the devil's cabbage, boy.
Absolutely.
I smoke marijuana.
That's rather be like that video I posted on TikTok. With the chick kept right up. Oh shit!
Oh shit! Look at all that meat. All right, let me see if I can find something here. Boom, 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 boom.
Give me like 1 minute.
Where you going there, guy? Huh? Where you going?
Use the bathroom.
Oh,
Use
all right.
the bathroom.
All right, I allow it. But so what we got going on in chat? Paul Richard Dawkins was talking about an ancient pinky bone found somewhere in Indonesia and thought it was the Neanderthal. Yeah, like I said last night, people putting their information and their 2 cents in on shit like that. Showing Indonesia, thought it was, yeah, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it turned out to be a different species of hominid that in Australia have shared DNA different from the rest of us, apparently. Hey, Mr. Wolcott, you know it, buddy. It's legal in New York. You know what I mean? That's Cuomo's parting gift. Oh, let them be able to carry up to 3 ounces on them and grow like, I don't fucking know. I don't grow plants. I think it was like 6 or 7 plants. I don't have a green thumb like that, so that shit ain't gonna happen. So I'm sitting here messing around with what they've been doing on StreamYard now, and I definitely like that you can add like random music to the shit. That's kind of make you feel like you're in a bar, don't it?
Alright, I'm back.
Alright. Bring my chat back up. Pinky swear.
For everyone that's in now that I missed before, hello, how you guys doing on a Friday night?
It's just like the rest of us best inside. Alright, so what are you doing tomorrow?
Who?
You.
Me?
Oh, harder? Yeah,
What
you
am I doing
motherfucker.
every day?
Oh, you're there all day tomorrow?
Yeah, hopefully. What's her face shows up?
Yeah. I forgot. It's like, oh, you're muted again.
What?
Oh, I said you were muted again. What the hell are you doing?
Nah, man. Something's wrong with this damn setup. Every time I touch the wire, it pulls out. I don't know what the hell is going on. I think I'm just about to scrap this mic and buy a new one. Even though I paid $100 for this bullshit.
And that's the micro Yeti or something like that, right?
No, it's not the micro Yeti. It's the regular Yeti, blue Yeti. You can knock somebody out with the shit if you threw it at them.
Oh yeah, because I got the what is it?
Mine doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Yours does.
I got the blackout.
Yeah. If they would have had the blackout before when I bought this shit, I would have bought the blackout instead of this one. But it is what it is. Whatever. And it's not like I can sell it to somebody because I don't know anybody else that does this. I'm gonna have to chalk this shit up to $100 loss. Whatever. It's laughable.
Oh, everybody. Did I tell you guys about my little rant last night about the McDonald's slapping the Big Mac sauce on my damn burger, on my double quarter pounder? I went in for round 2 today. And they got it right. So if you go...
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. It changed the entire taste of that shit. Legit. So if you go to McDonald's and just happen to get a quarter pounder or a double quarter pounder, tell them substitute for dehydrated onions. Tell them substitute dehydrated onions for the normal ones, those are the onions that they put on, say, like cheeseburgers or McDoubles or something like that.
Did you at least get the strawberry shake that they offer?
I went to McDonald's, dude, not Wendy's.
Dude, McDonald's has a strawberry shake. I'm telling you.
No, because like I told you, the damn machine's always broken.
Dude, I was there 2 days ago. The machine was working.
That's 2 days ago.
This is true. I tell you what, if you could get it, this shit is damn good. I've been seeing some shit about some of these fast food restaurants. I'm kind of staring away from Taco Bell recently.
I don't eat that shit. All that horse meat and dog ass that they put in that taco meat. Ain't real taco meat.
Crazy part is I love tacos, but I'd rather make them at home than go to Taco Bell because I generally know what's being used. If you know what I'm saying. Listen, man, a fucking air fryer is witchcraft. I don't care what you think about it, but I'll make a hell of a gordita in that shit.
Oh, so yesterday we took the ride out to Port Jervis, specifically to go to this taco spot. It's called Tactical Tacos, right?
Tactical Tacos.
Tactical Tacos.
I'm in
Yo, the burrito they gave, like it was only like $8.50 for this burrito, right?
Was it better than Meat
This is yes, it was. So this is a half gallon container, right? Everybody seen one of these? See one of these? The size of that burrito was, if you take off right here from the tip to the tip. That's how big that burrito was for $8. And I will be going back there because that shit was banging.
Well, you're supposed to go out to the freaking seafood boil place.
Rich wants to go to I think some steak or smokehouse thing out in Newburgh.
Out in Newburgh?
Yeah. I think it's in Newburgh.
Now I want to try that seafood boil. I know I don't eat fish. My name is Bass. I don't eat fish. I'm gonna try that.
Oh yeah, Dave. There's I've been to two different spots for burritos. The first one was in Bound Brook, New Jersey. It was like right, maybe like 100 yards away from the UPS Bound Brook hub. So while I was like at driver school, the dude was telling us, "Yo, go over there, get burritos, pizza, stuff like that. They're really good." So I went over there, and it was like it was a little stumpier than what I just described, but that shit weighed like 5 pounds. So I would get two of those and bring one back from Bound Brook up to New York every day. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul. We aim to please, man.
Uh, yeah, Yukon. I rarely eat fish. If I do catch like nice crappier bass or something, I'm not. Well, I throw bass back, but like crappie, perch. Uh, the hell was that?
That was you, dude.
All right, I don't know what that was. No, it did. Yeah, I usually throw them back. This is like crappie, perch. I don't even keep bluegills because they'll eat anything.
Hmm.
If it's a nice one, then well, maybe he might get thrown on a stringer, but for the most part, like dude, when was it? Sunday that just passed. I was fishing a tournament. It was a bass fishing tournament. Yo, this dude caught. Hey, dude, there was probably a 9, 10 pound walleye. It made that 3 pounder that I caught look like a baby.
Hmm.
So you know what he did? He took the bass that he had in one live well and he put him in another and put that damn walleye in it. Yo, you. All right. So the best way to explain it, truth. You seen the length of my desk?
Yes.
It was the length of my desk. With if you put your hands to the full extent and you try to make a circle between your left hand and your right hand, it's that big. It was probably a nine and change pound walleye. Usually, shit, I don't care. We're out here fishing for bass for fun. If I catch a walleye, I'm going home. I'm filleting his ass. I'm cooking him tonight. And he did.
Yeah, I'll be right back. All right. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I got
All
you.
right.
Some bass. What is your limit? You can keep that. Well, Yukon, it depends on what you're fishing for. Like, that's the thing. If you're fishing for bass and you keep bass, it has to be a minimum of 12 inches and you can only keep 5. Now, if you're fishing for crappie, I think they just raised the length limit up to like 10 inches or 11 inches, something like that, but you can keep 25 of them. So, like, let's say it was you and your buddy out there fishing, you could catch 25, he could catch 25. It just, and it also depends on which and DEC officer pulls up on you and how they're feeling that day. But for the most part, yeah. Bass is 12 inches. You keep 5. Crappie is 25. I'm not sure what the limit is on bluegill, and I'm not sure what the limit is on like pickerel and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, for bass, smallest 12 inches. Yeah, smallest 12 inches. You can only keep 5. keep 100 fish, well, bring bluegill. They'll fucking, as long as you have enough live bait like nightcrawlers and stuff like that up here, you'll catch them. Got a big enough hook because they like just pecking that shit like.
All right, I'm back. I need some sugar. I've been up since 4 p.m. yesterday. Well, 4 p.m. Thursday.
And it happens. Yeah, for the most part with me, when it comes to like that, for the most part with me, when it comes to bass fishing, I look at it like this. Like, let's say I go out and I'll catch a 3.5er. If I come to the same spot where I caught that one, they kind of every year during this one, they kind of go back to the same spot. So if I catch them, if they're a 3.5 this year, next year they might be a 4 or 4.5. That's my logic on it. And like, there's people that get butthurt or whatever by like keeping bass, whatever. Not gonna lie, bass is a fatty fish. It's not really good taste. Some people love it. It's not. I tried it. It's not for me. So,
Did you answer Yukon?
well, for the most part, Yukon, they are largemouth. Smallmouth are easy to catch right after the ice thaws up here because they love that like 55 to like 62-degree temperature. For the most part, it's largemouth. If you're fishing for large smallmouth in my area, you're gonna want to drop shot them.
See, me and bass are completely different. I love fish, seafood, all that. He won't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Turn my camera back on so you guys see me eating a candy bar.
Biggest scale now. Now I get that, Dave. There's a lot of people that love to eat. I'm pretty sure he's talking about eating bass, but I don't do it. Like, unless the fish is like foul hooked or something like that, and I know it's gonna die, and I try to put it back in the water and it just won't swim away. That's the only time I'll keep it. But then I hate to say it like this, but I'll go to the Cocaine Sicko and I'll give it to them, and they give me free shit. So, I'm not getting free gas, but I'll get like free candy bars and honey buns and all that other stuff like that. But
I heard of a way to get free gas, but I'm not going to say that shit on the air.
what happened?
I've heard of a way to get a full tank of gas for like $10. And it works, but I'm not going to say that shit on air.
I'm not doing that shit.
No, it's legit. But
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm still not gonna try it because I don't trust it.
I don't need anybody coming back and be like,
how much of a fucking take the film like that?
I don't want nobody coming back. So, Mr. What's your name again? Impromptu Truth? What the hell are you talking about on your channel over there, buddy? You know what I mean? I don't want that.
Yep, that. Hello?
Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me in the back? These are actually pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Not a sponsor. Eddie, you got to give it access to your mic. Bass, why are you muted? See, I'm working with an amateur over here. What the hell are you doing, dude?
Piss me off. This damn mic, man. All right, go back.
You know why it's being temperamental? Because you bought it.
Because I'm
and
annoyed. I'm
you never
annoyed.
used-
I'm annoyed. My blood pressure is rising. I'm annoyed. I'm ready to smack the shit out of somebody. Because, all right, that's neither here or there. Back to the conversation we had last night. Who should play Batman next?
It depends. Are we going for a younger Batman or older?
That would depend on the script of the movie.
No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say, fuck
Are
it.
you eating a damn honey bun?
I just showed it. Kit Kat. But
That nasty ass dark chocolate strawberry.
listen, it's the only damn sugar I got in the house right now. What is this guy? What is this guy's night? No.
It's whoever wants to. I'll put the link in the chat right now. Hold on, give me a second.
What's up, Eddie?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Awesome.
Let me make sure I'm not exit out of everything. Like I hate this new setup.
Stop complaining.
Nah, man, it's horseshit.
You're the one that set it up.
No, I did it. The damn computer reset itself and it put it like this.
A poor craftsman blames his tools.
Yeah, all right.
So, hey, I want to share a story with you.
Yeah, sure thing. Go ahead.
All right. So, let's see. About a week and a half ago, my son and I went fishing at a location here in Western Massachusetts, and you basically have to park no ATVs or motorized vehicles, and then it's about a mile to the body of water. So we get down here. Can keep in mind he's 9. He's going to be 10 next month. I always goof up his age though, 8, 9, 10. He watches listens to Vault with me every once in a while, and you guys, he's in and out of the conversations with Bigfoot and whatnot. And so we get out to this body of water. We go around to a point. We're just scoping the area out because there's a lot of snakes there, and we got snakes about 10 yards to our left and 10 yards to our right. So we're just keeping our eyes open. He casts out. I'm still working on my pole. And it's about 8 or 8:30 in the morning, and we hear there's a it probably call it hills instead of mountains, but yeah, it does have a name on it, Mount something, but so it's called there's some hills to our left behind us and to our left, and up there we hear I'm not sure if I'm going to get it right, but we hear the large owl sound, woo woo, or maybe whoop woo, something like that. And then immediately we hear a reply, the same thing from our right. Behind us on our right, there's a little hill, and we hear it from there. So perhaps a half mile each way, and maybe the two that were making the noise were maybe 3/4 of a mile away from each other. So I look down at Richie, and he looks up at me, and he says, "That's Bigfoot." And I said, "I think so," because it was really, really loud. And today, for example, I did hear an owl up on the hill somewhere, and it was very. It wasn't too far away, but it sounded distant and really light. And it was an owl, but these noises were made by something at least as big as a human. Now there could be adults goofing off, but really I don't think so. There was only one other person that there was one other car on the parked on the access road, and we, it was a guy walking, talking on his phone. So so we heard that, and to go along with that now, I know some people that live in the area, the ones that actually turned me on to this fishing spot. So let's go 2 miles, just say 2 miles to the northeast, and this woman I know lives on the side of the road with the woods, of course, the same woods. And like 12 years ago or so, when her kids were small and they were playing in the backyard, she mentioned, oh yeah, we watch Finding Bigfoot. The kids love it. And hey, they're probably behind our house sometimes. We don't know what the heck we hear. We hear little kids laughing and giggling. Sometimes it sounds like there's, who knows what, what's back there. And the kids were like, yeah. And then a couple of years later, I mentioned it, and she's like, oh, there's no such thing as Bigfoot. There's nothing back there. It was foxes or something. So there's one end of that, of those woods. Now to the southwest, or down the other end of the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 miles down, there's another woman who I needed to speak to once, and it had just gotten dark, and across the highway from her house is like right off the highway on a little side street. Across the road, you could hear up on the mountainside all of the different birds on a summer night, and the crickets and everything, all of the noise together combined, and the hooting and everything. It sounded. I said, "Wow, that sounds like Jurassic Park out there, doesn't it?" And she said, "Yeah. Some nights I come out here and with my dog, take my dog out here, and oh my God, you couldn't believe the noises we hear back there." And right, so she didn't elaborate that much, but this stretch of woods, I had heard there's only one other person. My cousin had told me that he heard of sightings up there too. So those are the three sort of supporting references that I have in that area. But boy, was it cool when we heard that. And if I had to interpret it, it sounded like the one up on the hill was sort of like calling out, because there's caves up there. I haven't been up there. I just know someone that that grew up there, and he didn't have a father, so he spent a lot of time in the woods up there. But he said, there's caves up there, and it sounded to me like the one on the hill up by the caves was kind of like, hey, where are you? Are you coming? And then the other one was like, yeah, I'm right here. Sort of, but my interpretation, who knows? But anyways, that was really interesting. Me and my son just looked at each other for the longest time. I turned on my camera to record it, but there were no other noises.
Now, do you think you two could have walked into them hunting? Or do you think they might have known you guys were in there because they followed you to up until that point?
Generally speaking, I think that that I get the feeling like the day is ours, the night is theirs, and this body of water is some good fishing. We went out there today again. We took our bikes, instead of walking, and we caught big. My son knows all the names: the crappies, pan, pumpkin seed, bluegill, orange something, orange crush, or I don't know, but he identifies them all, and we keep the big ones, and then I bring them to a Vietnamese restaurant nearby, and they offer us food, and sometimes I'll bring home a pad thai for my wife, and so yeah, today we dropped off 3 spotted bass, probably about 10 or 11 inches. There's no size limit on them, and then maybe 8 or 10 pounds of bluegills and pumpkin seeds. But so I have this guy now that is one of the owners of the Vietnamese restaurant. Okay, that wants to go out there, but I didn't say anything to him about what we think we heard, because it was at that point that I know there are no missing animals in that area. I haven't heard of anyone being assaulted or pushed out of the area. Oh, that's right. I should mention the parking. Okay, so this road, this road's probably it's less than a mile long, the access road, and you can only park at the very end of it. Now, I went down there years ago. It's the kind of place where we would go out with a case of beer and go parking down there, a couple of cars. And now over the course of the last 20 or 30 years, there's probably about 15 houses on the street. But what changed from the last time, I think last year or the year before, to this year is unless you get to the very end, I think they took signs off, because I went to go down there in May or April, and there were so many signs I didn't dare park. In fact, when I got home, I called that community's police department and said, there's no parking signs at almost every tree on the way down to the gate, and there's a tow company's name that's there. You will be towed. We used to be able to park there. How do we access this hiking or fishing? And the dispatcher spoke with the station officer for a while and, said, oh, you should be okay. So then we got more details from more people, and basically you can park off of where the pavement ends and it goes into a dirt road up to the gate. You can park there. But now there's signs, no parking at overnight. Okay, so like it's become stricter in this area. Like, I'm really familiar with it, but I also feel, as I put in someone's chat the other night, I now understand the why people don't give up locations and whatnot. And in this instance, they struck me as very peaceful. And I don't think it was people screwing around, because this area isn't known for, anything besides black bears and mountain lions and whatnot. And, I had my son there. He knows from listening to the different shows. I figure I've listened to well over 2,000 eyewitness encounters, whether they've been written in by letters on Steve Isdall's channel or Wes Germer's channel, and I don't want to leave anything out, but you know what's out there, a whole bunch of great stuff. And so the street has become more restrictive, and there's no longer parking at night down there. So in other words, it seems that they're doing away with the and there's lots of signs on the trail too. Please do not go off the trail. Please do not go off the trail. Maybe every quarter mile or less. And so those are new. And, the first time I went down there, I kind of thought, because this was the second time that we had this experience in the morning. But the first time we biked down there, I'm looking at all the new stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow, they're making an effort to keep people in this on the paths. There's paths around the entire body of water. So yeah, so that's a little bit of that story, and I got quite a sense of humor, if you guys haven't figured it out yet. And I've got a bit of a playful idea. There's a you guys ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What you got?
I got, so the owner of the Vietnamese restaurant wants to go fishing there, and I'm good friends with an owner of the nearby Chinese restaurant. In fact, we've gone down to we took my boat off Rhode Island, went out to Block Island one night fishing. So I've got one or two friends that I've been trying to warm up the idea that that there are these forest people that people don't know about. So
my phone.
you got mine?
One
Nah,
second.
that's Truth's phone going on playing the Mount Monsters thing. I'll keep going, Eddie.
Okay. So I've got a couple of friends that really, like too much controversy, because I sent them a summary of Coyote Peterson's finding, and I'm right there in agreement with Vault, and then one responded back with, "There's it's so controversial," and these are people I used to ski with when I was in high school, before they shut down the local hills, lack of snow. But we goofed off a little bit. And what I want to do is take the two restaurant friends I have, and one of my good friends, and maybe a couple other people, and take them out to camp out. And because these folks love fish, and so do I, and we'll camp out, we'll make it a fishing trip, and then and then set up our little campfire, and maybe bring about 5-6 pounds of bacon and see what happens.
No, if they're in the area, they'll come running at you.
Right? So, I've got my Samsung phone, and I can set the fire up on the side. I can do it so that our tents are on the way out, and so that the fire would be a little deeper in there, so that we wouldn't need to, because there's this whole safe area. It's like a dam levee. And I've already thought this through a bit, where I could put it, and I'm telling one of my friends a little bit about it, and my son knows the whole story, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Dad, I want to come too. I got to see this. Because he knows the whole bit about the bacon and everything. And I don't think they'd hurt us. I think they'd scare us out, but I think it would be funny to see all of us take off, running down the trail, leaving several pounds of bacon simmering over a fire. Yeah, if it's possible, hey, I'll do it live on your channel.
All right. So what I would suggest is, if you're going to do it, you try to get that fire down to a slow
Right.
a slow heat, so it gives you enough time to like get out of the area. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
personally stay in the area. I would try to set up some.
Are we talking about frying bacon?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Just
I
asking for
would
trouble.
set up some kind of trail cams or something like that, pointing at the area
Yeah.
where the bacon is. Like clear shot, clear shot away. You got a bacon right there. Then in you put that shit like 20 yards away, 20, 30 yards away. Where it's just a clear shot looking at the bacon. Set it
Right.
on a slow fire to cook slow.
Yeah.
And once it starts rolling, then that beautiful bacon smell will come out.
Yeah. That's
You'll get something, but you'll be far enough away
right.
where you can catch on a cam and you can go back. You don't have to go back immediately. I'm not advising this. Please don't.
Oh, believe me, my
um,
little devious mind schemed it up. Um,
I'm
this
not advising this, but
is,
if you're going to do something like that, don't immediately go back in the area and grab the camera or the car or whatever you're going to use to capture it. Give it a couple of days, then go back.
yeah. I've never heard. I'm not aware of any missing pets around this stretch of area. The area has a lot of deer, and I mean a lot. You go down there into sunset, and you can see them in the farmers' fields, on both sides of the hill range. Um, I sense that they keep to themselves, live and let live, and I haven't told anybody about the spot, and I just think it would be really funny.
See,
Yeah.
that might also trigger them too.
Yeah,
Like
I don't see that.
that's that's kind of a mixed bag type thing. Like
But
those.
the bacon will be theirs. We would split. I could go in the next day and grab the tent, or whatever. And I know that I have to imagine that they would begin. I mean, do you think they would just come down quietly, or that they would do a little hooting and hollering on their way down?
I don't know. See that right there. That depends on the area. You might get some coming in crashing at you. Some like dump trucks come through the woods, or you could have those ones that just sneak up behind trees and like peek out. And I guess I would say it depends on the area.
Yeah, I'm not.
But if you do that, you're guaranteed you're probably find what you're looking for. Whether they come in like dump trucks or they stalking like ninjas.
Yeah, I would, even if we had like a main fire that we sat around. This would be something on the side, like you're saying, 20 yards. There's about a 80 yards straightaway with a pump house, and the water is very, very clean and clear. Not many people. I went out there today, for example, and this afternoon for about 4 hours. There was a max of 4 plus us, six people at any given time. 2 left and 2 more would come in. Just that was about. That was a Friday. There might be more on a Saturday or Sunday, but yeah, there were people up there. Some were skinny dipping and the college. Well, I'll leave that. As I even had to ask my son. I said, "Are they wearing T-shirts?" And he said no. But they were over 100, 150 yards on the other side of the body of water. I'll call it what it is, a reservoir. There's lots of reservoirs around here, so yeah. but it would be one way of determining, right, whether or not there's something there.
Oh, you figure something. Oh, you're gonna get something. Just know what it's gonna be, but you're gonna get something.
Hey, wouldn't you like it on your channel?
I don't want to. I don't want to be streaming somebody getting ate. You know what I mean?
It'll be a
It
world exclusive.
it would, of course, your computers would be rated the following day, and you guys would be probably threatened and off the air, right? Maybe I'll ask. I've been meaning to ask Vault. I tried to join his discussion earlier, and I wasn't getting the permissions right, so I couldn't. But yeah, I was going to ask him if he wanted to do it on his channel, and if he had any suggestions for, because there's cell phone service here, out there, probably enough to do I don't know, 480, maybe 720. I don't know how many hours I could do it for, but why not start it when the bacon begins to simmer a little bit? When DDoS did that, did he just, I know there was some crashing, but did they start yelling before that? Do you remember?
That I don't remember. All I know is, from what I remember, from what he talked about, was once it starts smelling good, they came in and scared them right the hell off, which I don't blame them.
Okay, I just opened chat. I see Miss Lakea says it's a bad idea.
Yeah, it's absolutely a bad idea. I am not promoting this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I won't bring my son. And I get the feeling like this this scam that we're on, the far end. It's sort of like if you're on one side, you're on your way out, and if you're down the other side, would be the direction they would come from. So it'd be a matter of keeping some distance between the little fire and setting up our tents and everything. I mean, see, this is Western Massachusetts. There, very few people, I think, would even entertain the idea of these things living in this area. It's within inside of an hour, I can be there from where I live, and I would have never thought growing up as a kid that these things would be there. All I thought was, hey, there were some missile silos there that are no longer in use, and like that was the big secret about that area. But I didn't know anything about Bigfoot years ago. And I think if they get the bacon, that's all they want, right?
No. Oh, no. Because first of all, yes, when you do something like this, you might get Bigfoot, but you might get something else. And there's no telling what that something else could be. It could be a mountain lion, it could be a bear. You never like. I understand the perspective of being like a scientific experiment to see if you can actually bring them in, but I would highly advise against it.
I bring a machete with me and a couple of knives for bears or anything we run into.
That's too
But
close.
um,
Something's got to get too close for you to use those. I'm
yeah,
not willing for that shit.
I agree. I've been meaning to get my boat horn out of the boat because if you look at the videos of boat horns and bears, it's pretty funny. They tend to take off. But we also have backpacks I could drop at the same time, and we'd get out of there on our bikes. But I told my son, I said, "Hey, if we see a bear, just turn around and start biking, and I'll take care of it. Um, you know, whatever happens, happens. But I'm not gonna not go in the woods, you know." Um,
Oh, if, all right. If you have your mindset on doing this, I would just advise that if you're gonna do it, make sure you are not in the area. You set up some kind of trail cam or audio recorder or something like that, or something, and you are not in the area because you have no idea these things if they are in the area, their temperament, what they're willing to put up with, or how hungry they are.
yeah, I I know there's a
And
ton.
that's talking Bigfoot. Like, there's no telling what you're gonna bring in doing something like that. Like I said before, it could be bears, could be mountain lions, could be cougars, or whatever. There's no telling. There's no telling how any creature in those woods are gonna react to that.
Do you so the bacon thing, does that really trigger them to go completely out of control, or rather are they going to just simply want to take over the what would be the campsite, take control of it? So like DDoS took off running, right?
See, that's the thing. You don't know. There hasn't been enough. There hasn't been enough um, experimentation in that field of it, trying to get them. I might be wording it wrong, but I highly advise against it. Highly advise against it.
So you don't want to accept an invitation to come up and join us?
What? Go out and have you cook bacon? And hell no, not gonna happen. Sorry, Captain.
Um, yeah, maybe Vault had mentioned once that he might send a camera up here if I brought it to an area that's probably about 10 miles away from this area where there's a known encounter. A father and a son saw across a quarry. The quarry's filled in with water. It's like 300 feet deep, and across on the other side of the quarry, they saw a what looked like an adult and a juvenile Bigfoot. They were like peeking around the rock. A lot of big rocks there. And I got that from we have a librarian in our town who comes from Northern California, and she's had two encounters. One was from a distance, watching the creature walk away, and the other was closer. And she, being here in town, in our town, she was doing presentations every once in a while, like say on a Sunday afternoon, or maybe a Tuesday night or something, just a free discussion section. And the town manager went up to her. I went and saw her, and we compared notes on different websites. We were pretty much listening to most of the same stuff. And she said the town manager went in there into the library and told her to stop talking about nonsense, and this was a place for her to work and not to play around with ridiculous nonsense, which upset me. But who am I to I said, well, I should write him a letter, and she said, no, don't say anything. I'll get fired. But I was like, yeah, she's the one that told me about the encounter I just told you about. So, yeah, that I forgot about that one. So they are around here.
Well, I first believe it. Like a lot of these areas, like yes, like the county managers, the state troopers, the police forces around here, they know about these things and they don't talk about them. That's why they're so mum. Like if you do bring up this subject, they kind of look down at you for a second. But if you keep bringing it up, you will lose your job.
Yeah, I have several friends at some of the local departments around here. I haven't thought to ask them. Yeah, I'm definitely going to, though. The one of the about an hour and 20 minutes driving from my house further into Western Mass is a place where there was the town of Hinsdale. They had a 400-pound miniature horse that now I'll tell you the story that I read the day after, or a couple days after, the day after or a couple days after. This is a story. Excuse me. Something walked over the fence, stepped over the fence into the barnyard, opened the barn door, went in and lifted this miniature pony, 400 pounds, over the stall, carried it out, stepped over the outer barnyard fence again. Within a few, I don't know how many yards, probably within 30 or 40 yards, it went into the woods just a little bit, fed on it a little bit, probably. It didn't specify how much, but apparently in the morning they found coyotes feeding on it. But I imagine the heart and the liver and that stuff was pulled out by whatever carried it away. So I ran this by Vault when I talked to him once, and he said, "Well, I don't know what it is, but I can tell you what it wasn't." And it wasn't a bear or a mountain lion, et cetera, et cetera. And what's interesting is that now, because I checked on it a few months ago, I looked it all up, and if you Google Hinsdale, Massachusetts, horse found dead, the words now in all of the media online are that the horse was dragged from the barn to just outside the fence, and like the word dragged is used. I've almost thought of taking a ride out there and trying to meet with the owner of the farm, but I haven't made that step yet. I'm at home with my son every day, and about other responsibilities.
I get it. Yeah. All right. So, with what you just described, I want you to think about this wholeheartedly. Do you really want to try this bacon thing with something that could step over a fence?
Well, you know what? I think that was a dog man.
Pull back over the fence. Like, these things are nothing to be played with.
Yeah.
And that's what you're hoping to come in. There's no telling what's gonna come in. I highly advise everybody in chat saying don't do it. Bad news. I find something instead of.
I hear you.
Fine.
I hear you now.
Yeah, Eddie, you gotta think of something different than that, man. No, you can't do that. Nah. Don't do that because let's say you do attract something in, and what if they follow you home?
I think at that point I would armor up with the armor of God. At that point,
That's man.
I tell you what, I would pray before.
Something 8 foot tall, 1,000 pounds. You got to rethink this, bro. Like I'm all about like people going out and finding their evidence, stuff like that. But that experiment you're talking about right there, that has bad news written all over it, my friend. Do not do it. Do not do it. And like I said before, if you if you're gonna do it, do not be in the area. Absolutely do not be in the area. Make sure you use some kind of scent blocker or something like that, or something, and you don't. If you got to go into the camera, you use rubber gloves or something. Do not leave a scent on that shit. And if you're gonna do it, you wait a couple of days. Shit, and you might have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
You know, I didn't even think of
Go
that.
back and get the cards or whatever. But I highly advise against doing this. And that's on record.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
our house is in a residential neighborhood. Well, of course they could. Why not come through? Our house is brick.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Hmm.
Some of these
Well,
things are recorded tracking people back 25, 30, 40, 50 miles.
Right, and it's not that this particular place isn't that far.
Yeah, don't do it. That's no. Now, if you want to do something, leave bacon out of the equation. But if you had some kind of like microphone recorder or something like that in these areas that you were talking about, where the people were catching these Jurassic Park noises,
Oh, right.
see if they're willing to show you the area and you could leave that there, or see if they're willing to just like have the recorder like at like their back window or something like that, or whatever. When these things start going off, they could just hit the button or whatever. But do not do the bacon thing. That's not going to end well at all.
You know, I have a couple of the from school. My wife has one, and I have one somewhere that record. They have different settings. You know, you can set it to record when the noise begins.
Yes, I would rather you do that than doing the other thing you were talking about. The other thing that's not gonna well, but the recording audio, you shit, man, you might catch great audio, like
Yeah,
great audio, or if you think they're in an area, like do what Darkwoods does. He goes out and he'll feel something, he'll take a picture, and sure enough, something's standing right there.
right.
You catch them on camera, you catch them on audio, but doing the other thing, that's asking for trouble.
Yeah, I've
Like especially, like especially if that's asking for trouble. I would go more along the lines of like trying to get an audio recorder out there or something like that.
see in this particular area on the levee. There's the trails well worn, and I could well, you know, fire's fire. It's never safe unattended, but the last thing I want to do is start a forest fire. Oh my god. Um, Perhaps I have a boat grill that's pretty cheesy. It took me like a freaking hour and a half once to cook a burger. Um, Something like that might be a better choice because the flame is so low and
No,
just
no,
leave.
no. Stay away from cooking anything. Stay away from that. Do the audio first in these areas that you think they're at, and go from there.
Yeah,
Doing
that's
doing
the
that,
sane advice.
right? It,
I'm,
I'll
I'm
put it
somewhat of
like this. That's kind of like if you had a hornet's nest on the corner of your house, you went and started beating it with a damn broomstick.
that you bring that up.
You don't know what's gonna happen, but you have a good idea what's gonna happen.
I'd be roofing with my dad up on these Victorian homes, and he, just by the nature of the business, he always had a case of Raid cans, and of course up there in the vents and the inside corners and whatnot, there were often hornet nests, and just brings to mind this funny image of him. He had his hat in one hand and the can of Raid in the other, and there'd be a dozen hornets flying around him. And
Well,
he took them all down.
oh yeah, magnify that by like a million, something 7, 8, 9. See, that's the thing. You don't know how big these things are. You don't know what their temperament is, what humans have done to them before.
Right.
That's why I'm going towards like poking
Yeah.
the hornet's nest with a stick. It's
Part-
it's not
what,
gonna.
what really frustrates me is just having these friends that think the idea is ridiculous. That, you know what I mean? I just want to show them, and
Yes, but you don't need to put yourself or anyone in your family in harm's way by doing that. That's not what you want to do.
set up a
Just to prove a point to somebody. Like in today's world, like nah.
Oh man,
not worth it.
I'll tell you what. There's this one guy. He would be somewhat deserving of something like this, because I was telling him the various different. I was telling him how so many different Indian languages have a word for Bigfoot in them, and this and that, and he's a doctor, and he just turned and said, "What? They're freaking Indians!" Like, so arrogantly. We've had our share of discussions and arguments over different things, but it blew my mind that he said that. Such a
There's just some people out there that will never be able to accept.
Oh yeah, and he says,
these
I
kinds
like
of fringe conversations, topics.
Yeah.
So there's some people that they'll never accept it. Like, oh, you're crazy. But a lot of people are waking up to this stuff.
Yeah, he was giving me some hell. I hiked the Appalachian Trail and da 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 da, and I said, yeah, but do you even know what you're looking for, or would you recognize something if you heard it or seen it?
Trust me, I have a friend. He hiked the Appalachian Trail. I haven't talked to him in a few years, so I never really got to ask him if he's seen anything, but he hiked the whole Appalachian Trail.
That's
So,
long.
what?
That's long.
Oh, man, I don't know what the hell he was doing. he he just got into the mindset that he just wanted to
Yeah,
go on an adventure, and the Appalachian Trail was that adventure. So
yeah.
actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure I'm friends with him on Facebook. I might be able to hit him up. Like, there's a few friends I had work in weird places and do stuff in weird places. Like, I had a friend that was down in Antarctica as a paramedic for a while, for like a year and a half, and I never got around to asking if she ever seen anything strange.
Wow. Yeah, you want to be in touch with that person.
She might still be on she might still be on the NDA.
Hey, um, I'm wondering too. I was going to ask for some fishing advice.
What you got?
The reservoir from shore, we're casting into using weedless worms and whatnot, and even real worms, and on the lily pads. But the reservoir itself has some deep spots, and so I'm wondering, like, would larger bass, because there are some big ones in there. I heard from people who've hooked up and lost them. Would they be, at this time of the year when the water's warmer? Would they be in the deeper water or right in the shallow areas?
That would depend on the air temperature and
So we're
basically like
mid
I would
80s.
say if you want to catch the big ones, you're going to be out there early morning because they're up closer chasing bait fish like bluegills and stuff like that, feeding up. The
Yeah,
higher the sun gets in the sky, they're going to go to it might not be much deeper water, but they're going to drop off into deeper water. And if you can find a weed line, because
yeah,
when you pass out to the weed line, if you're popping something through it, they're gonna. You're basically looking for a reaction strike. You're popping through the weeds or whatever. They're chasing bait fish, swimming around in the weeds.
yeah. This is a difficult place to cast from shore, and of course, trying to bring a kayak out there.
Um, all right. So from shore, where you would be standing, if you cast, well, all right.
There's lots of trees, branches, snakes, etc. There's a few open spots. So
What gear are you using? You using bait casters or are you using spinning tackle?
spinning tackle, which I had brought some ocean lures with me that I had handy, but mostly night crawlers.
So, this means you're not going to be able to cast out that far. Hmm.
I'll go back there in the morning again. I'm
I
curious
would
if we're
I would say play the banks. Like play the banks like if you're standing there and there's shallower water with like maybe like some high grass or something like that to your right or your left,
yeah.
cast towards them because that's an ambush spot.
Oh, cool.
Like some like they'll hang out like near the bottom of the grass or whatever, and something swims by that they like they'll come out and snatch the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you're fishing from the bank, play the play the weed lines because it's totally different fishing from if you're on a boat to fishing from a bank. Fishing to the bank, you're throwing out the deeper water. From a boat, you're casting out to shallow water. You're going deep. So, and it depends on the lure you use. So, like, are you just
Okay.
going out just trying to catch fish, or are you searching for a specific kind of fish?
We see, that's another thing. These aren't largemouth or smallmouth. They're spotted bass. Um,
Hmm.
how big? I don't even know how big they get. My son said he saw
All out.
e-
Oh,
spotted.
oh, spotted. All right.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. It depends on the fishery because I've seen places where people have caught 10 pound spotted bass. Um,
Yeah, there's pickerel there too.
all right, all right. So the best bait you want to throw, and whether you want to catch bass or pickerel, spotted bass, throw a chatterbait, all white chatterbait with
Yeah.
some kind
Okay.
of white trailer,
Awesome. We have one of those.
Like Z-Man. The Z-Man works great. It doesn't matter what it is, just like white, like a white and chartreuse with a white trailer. You will get bit.
All right, we'll do that. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, because a couple of times I cast it out pretty far with sinkers and ended up getting again the bluegills, which surprised me. But I mean,
Well, are
yeah.
you throwing weightless Senkos, like Texas rig weightless,
Oh,
or are you adding
the,
a weight
the
onto it?
these would be a couple of split shots and a night crawler, a real night crawler. I just wanted to see what because you can see the fish all around the bluegill type fish. It's
Mhm.
pretty funny. My son loves it because he can just cast out 5 feet and watch his worm drop and the fish fight for it.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Now, what you want to do? It sounds bad, but if you could bring one of those little guys in, you you bring them in and you set them up on a different reel, and you basically hook them by the top fin. You throw
yeah,
him out, and you just like let him take line.
right.
You're basically throwing live bait,
Yeah.
and you're you'll probably link into a nice one. Like I
Yeah.
haven't done, but I've definitely seen people do it.
Yeah, we fish another reservoir where we were using shiners, and we caught one bass off after another. The problem here would be, do I want to carry a pail of shiners a mile through the woods? I,
Mm,
I mean, I
yeah,
could.
no, I totally get it. Especially with carrying fish to tackle. I used to do that shit all the time. Yes, it can weigh you down. Um, if you're going to use live bait, I would just say catch what's in the lake because that's the natural forest for it.
Hmm.
That's the
Yeah,
natural feed for these fish. So they're going to be chasing those,
right.
like whether it be bluegill, perch, or shad, shiners, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in most states do not use goldfish as bait because that's an invasive fish, and they will take over a lake. Like I
Oh,
posted
no.
something on my Facebook. I think actually it just came up on my news feed like 2 or 3 days ago, where somebody released a goldfish, and the goldfish was caught using a bass lure. Guess how big this goldfish was?
No way. How big?
About 3 pounds.
Wow. Holy cow.
About
People,
3 pounds.
we have shad running up the Connecticut River here right through Massachusetts, and stripers follow them. In fact, I've seen a couple of pictures of 4 and 5 foot stripers that wait underneath the Holyoke Dam because the shad are being lifted by the hundreds, and they wait down there and they just eat them at will. But the hell was my point? Jeez.
Oh, trust
Oh,
me.
goldfish. Goldfish.
Yeah.
People use them like shiners, and I was told from one guy that every cast at the junction of the Westfield River and the Connecticut River, he had one. As long as you have goldfish, you're guaranteed a striper.
Well, I know New York State. If you get caught fishing with goldfish, that's a bigger fine than getting caught fishing without a license.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, Bear mentioned crawdads, and some folks I met some other folks that were using them at Quabbin Reservoir, which is
Hmm.
large the largest in the state. Has like 150 feet, 200 feet deep in spots. I think they're crawdads or they're bugs actually. The guy said he was showing me them. They look like disgusting bugs that actually can bite you, and they had tongs to hold them and hook them. This was a few years ago when I saw those, because I haven't been to Quabbin since I was a kid. You have to go out there and rent a boat and everything. It's like a $75 day to do just that. Forget about the bait and everything else. We used to go for lake trout there. I forgot the name of those bugs. You all right? What was that noise? Hello?
No, I'm here, Eddie. I was just calling Truth, and I'm pretty sure he just fell asleep on his own live stream.
Oh.
That was his cell phone going off.
Did you get into
I just tried to call him. I'm pretty sure he just fell asleep. But he got to be up in like 2 hours, so I don't even know. I don't even know how the hell the end is from this side. I have no idea. Like, this shit might go on for the next 12 hours.
Hey.
I have no idea.
I'll meet you. I'll meet you back here in about 6 hours. We'll talk about fishing again.
Wait, tomorrow's it's Saturday, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be at work all day.
Yeah, my son will want to go in the morning. I think I'm going to take a day off.
I'm pretty sure she's up. I'll fucking call her phone.
I swear with that kid.
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
A shot collar. That's a good one. Yeah, he's out cold. Wow. Well, let's gotta get it. Blow this up on my screen and get a screenshot of this.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to call my sister-in-law. I'm pretty sure Truth fell asleep in his chair down in the studio.
As soon as we got into fishing, he got bored.
Nah, he was saying he hasn't been to sleep in a while. So I get it. 2 jobs,
Yeah.
big family. But he should be. Well, I'm probably gonna have to call my sister-in-law back in a couple of minutes and wake her up again and tell him, like, yo,
Yeah.
go wake him up.
You guys are in your late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah, late 30s.
Late 30s? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot to be working 2 jobs. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I'm trying to get out of this rat race. I'm playing that Mega Millions.
Oh yeah. Did you play it? I played it tonight.
Yeah. There was only one winner the other day. someone out in Michigan. They won like $1 million. But the crazy shit is, I remember my principal that I had in this was elementary school, like first, like kindergarten, first and second grade. His name was Mister Diamond. A few years back, he actually won. Was it the Powerball? It was either the Powerball or the Mega Millions. He won that shit for like 300 million. It was like I seen the shit in the news. I was like, something Diamond done. I looked at his face. I'm like, dude, that's my old principal. Sure enough, fucking 300 million. Well, once you take the large lump sum, it is what it is. All right, I hear somebody moving around back there. All right, I hear moving. Yeah, I know Bear saw
End
me.
your live stream. Oh,
Oh man. The, the- no, that's not ending. That's just leaving. What the hell are you doing? Dude, if I leave this truth, you're leaving me in the chance to take grenades. Stop. Wake your punk ass up, Lucky Charms. Yeah, this is a bit embarrassing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, truth is on his way to end it. I just had to re-wake him up. He's like, it didn't end. No, I'm still live. Um, so yeah, it shall be ending soon. Oh man. Well, there you go. Truth fell asleep live on his own live stream. He's got to reboot his whole shit just to end this. This is, oh man. Whatever. I'm glad that you guys joined tonight. I guess I'm in here dolo. So, yeah, Blues